So, you now know how important that sleep is to your fitness. But how much sleep should you get each night? Well, that's just really going to vary from person to person. And you can get online and look up what people suggest, and you'll see multiple different answers. But the range that most people usually fall into is anywhere between the 6 and 9 hours a night range. Um, and like I said, everybody's going to be a little bit different, so you'll just need to see where you kind of fall into that category. But usually, most people fall between 6 hours and 9 hours that they need to get each night in sleep to properly function each day. Now, what if you're having problems getting to sleep once you go to bed? And this problem happens to millions and millions of people all the time, every night. They go to bed, they're tired, and they just can't fall asleep. So here are just a few tips that I have for you just to see if maybe you're doing some of these to maybe change it just a little bit and see if that helps. So number one on the list is limit your caffeine. Anywhere from 6 to 8 hours before you go to bed, try to cut out all your caffeine and see how that works. I mean, I really shouldn't have to explain too much of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Caffeine kind of keeps you awake, so try cutting that back if you're usually drinking a lot of soda or pop or drinking coffee late in the evening or even early evening. Try cutting that out and see if that helps first. The second tip that I have for you is try to limit how much food you eat before you go to bed. Try to have your dinner or your supper at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. And then even after that, trying to limit the amount that you snack up until you do go to bed. And that's because you got to remember, food is fuel for your body. So it gives your body energy. So if you're eating right before you go to bed, or you're eating this huge meal just an hour or two before, then odds are your body is starting to have that energy again and ready to go. But you're ready to go to bed, but your body is ready to go do something and burn this energy. So try that and see if that works. Another tip that I have for you is to try to relax and do something an hour before you go to bed that doesn't include watching TV or sitting in front of a computer. Because sometimes the screen of your television or the screen of your computer can stimulate the brain. So if you try to, at least an hour before you go to bed, just turn all that off and do something relaxing. Do some stretching for a little bit. Read a book. Whatever it is that you find to be relaxing, try to do that for about an hour before you go to bed. And see if you can just kind of relax your body and relax your mind. And that might help as well. Another tip that I have is, try not to do your workout right before you go to bed or even a couple hours before you go to bed. And the reason for that is because when you do a workout, and I know this happens to me after I've done a workout, right after I've done a workout, I'm just really tired. My body is a little sore, it's exhausted. But then about 45 minutes after that, I start to feel really awake again and re-energized. And that's what your workout is supposed to do to you. It's supposed to help you gain more energy. So a lot of times, if you're doing a workout too close to before you go to bed, then your body is starting to get energized again from that workout. So, try to get your workout in a good 3 hours before you go to bed at least. Try that and see if that helps. So these are the tips that I have found that worked for me. I really had to get rid of my caffeine, which I did over a year ago. I eliminated all caffeine out of my diet for the most part, so that wasn't a problem. But I was eating right up until I went to bed, even though they were the healthy snacks. I was doing that and found that I was having problems sleeping, so I pretty much eliminated that. Um, and then only recently have I tried to eliminate the TV and the computer right before I go to bed. I used to watch TV right up until and then go to bed. But recently I've started to get into, a couple of good books and read for 30, 40, 50 minutes before I try to go to bed. And the last couple weeks that has really helped. I am getting much better sleep for that 7, 8 hours that I'm in bed. And I can tell a huge difference during the day, while I'm doing my school studies, while I'm working on my Beachbody stuff and this blog, and during my workouts. I'm seeing a huge improvement over the last couple weeks just by doing that. So, see if any of that helps. If for some reason you are just having major, major problems trying to get to sleep when you go to bed, you may just need to go see a doctor. Maybe you do have some sort of problem that just needs to be taken care of and he can help. So, that's just kind of what I have for you. Just a few tips. There are many, many other tips you can try. But I hope maybe some of these you can try and see if that helps. And let me know if they do. So that's all I've got for you today. Get some good sleep tonight and hope you feel better tomorrow. And until later, adios.